Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this moment. I said, welcome to 110th edition of Investdata Trading Academy live with Ambrose. The market, as we speak globally, I will say that the global stock market at this hour opened on a, a mixed note. I will tell you that midweek trading this hour now is very mixed when I mean that, because you can see that the kind of losses the market recorded yesterday or declined yesterday as a result of panic in terms of increased geopolitical tension, as this morning in some climate of the world has rebounded, while some still extend that decline this morning. But I would say that the visit of the U.S. Speaker to Taiwan has raised some tension, because of China and also others, in that zone, the Asia country, in the midst of ongoing Ukraine and Russia war, despite the recent kind of negotiation that allow the first ship of or ship of grains out of Ukraine since February the first one this year. Also, just as also investors across the globe are kind of digesting the recent corporate actions and the economic data that have been released and the one they're expecting to come today and within next week. These are the things that are kind of giving investors some kind of mixed sentiment. But I speak now, as also commodity prices are likely also to tumble as a result of this grain leaving the shore of Ukraine. Because if they go with the agreement that yes, that every day one ship will leave that zone, that war zone, to the world. If that grains continue, I'm saying that probably we're going to see kind of a decline in the prices of commodities in the market. And also, don't forget that as we speak, the Eurozone Purchasing Manager Index is also being expected. That of US also in that line. But the one that came from Germany or German one just give you an insight of what they're likely to come with that zone. For me, these are the things that we should look at as an investor and know what you should do so that at the end of the day, you are not quickly jumping out of your position. But like I always say that when you are trading the market, have your stop loss is key. And I think people, in our group also, investors are going to know why I always emphasize having a stop loss and also your investment goal, which will help you to know your entry and your exit strategy. At the same time, your profit target. If all these are in place, then also, like I always encourage people that you should have an idea or learn how to use tech analysis, because it's very, very key when you are taking investment decisions. Especially you are trading movable assets that goes up and down. You need to have an idea to see the sentiment behind the movement of that, because candlestick will tell you, but you need to know what is behind that candlestick. Is it the psychology of the people? If you are looking at fundamental alone, there's some industry or some stuff you'll be waiting, because you are still looking at the fundamental. But you should also, with the fundamental being all right, you need to know the right price to buy and the right price to exit. These are the what technical will help you. And in managing your risk, you need to apply technical so that you know the support level and the resistance level. All these are what you need to know when you are not trading. That's why I will tell you that if you are here to get a invest data, or we call a invest data technical toolbox. These toolbox has a lot of indicators that was explained with videos, examples, looking at the chart. If you know how to use this, that is why also if you look at this class, I always use different indicators so that I will carry you along, so that you also understand what I mean by this, so that at the end of the day, on your own, you should know what to do. That's why like about on Monday, I just gave you about 7 to 8 scenario or what you should watch out in a chart. The when you see this thing, you get it organized. If out of that 8 or 5, 3 to 5 is what you are seeing, then it's enough for you to take decision. But if all this thing I showed you that last Monday that you didn't get it there, it shows that chart is not what you should trade at that particular time. These are the things you should always look at when you are taking your investment decision. It's very, very key. Just to continue, as we speak now, oil price again, has tumbled again to remain below the $100 per barrel, as output is expected to rise from the meeting of OPEC that is going on today. At the end of the day, when there is too much supply, they are likely to be what kind of decline what the price, but we might not see a huge increase in the expected output that will come from there. But I believe that fear of weak demand also, it's also as a result of what recession signal here and there due to rising inflation and rate hike. All these are what is causing crude oil price to oscillate at least like even below the $100 has crossed for more than about 3 to 4 months. But now, as we speak now, oil is trading at this hour currently at 99 $99 $99.35. That is what the oil is doing now. But I believe that also if prices of energy and oil also should come down, this also will help to know. That means we might not see many of the banks across the globe, central bank, hacking their rates as much. So we also have to live to watch to see the impact. So if you don't want to hike at all, it might not be at either 100 basic points again or 75, it might be 50, 25, or even less. But some might say let's leave. But I believe that this also have a way of also playing out in different climates, especially in the stock market. You know that anytime there's hike in inflation, interest rate, it has a way of hitting the equity market. But I believe if there is stability, and we're seeing this kind of number that we're seeing across the globe, even especially in our market, that will also help us to know what to do exactly. But as we speak now, I'll tell you that US market, as we traced off from the from the decline recorded yesterday when the speaker moved to travel to Taiwan. That fear yesterday affected most of stock market and financial market. But this morning we're seeing the US market as we speak are traced up to trade in green, while Europe markets are still also in that trend. They are still lower as we speak now. Asia and Africa are still missed, but I believe that here back in Nigeria you can see that our market is slightly in the green in the midst of low liquidity and positive corporate earnings, and at the same time also rising risk from what for the sovereign risk and also insecurity as a result of also mismatched economic policies from our government or economic managers. These are the things that are putting the economy in this situation. But I believe that if we get it right, go into the future, might see also companies sustaining this trend. And for me, we have seen that most companies on our exchange or listed companies have done well. We'll give it to them because the performance, most of them have kind of show in their recent results released to the market. It tells you that these companies are really well managed, and that is why as an investor, look at where company is well managed. Look at their earnings, look at what, and at the end of the day, dividend payments, price appreciation, bonus, all depend on what at the strength of what the figure they are putting on the strength of the company performance. That's why I say earnings cannot be overemphasized in any market situation, either in the bear market or bull market, because it is what the company have to pay as dividend or not. And that's the way you see a company that has sustained an uptrend in earnings, it gives you a kind of a guarantee or kind of let's say not even not guarantee, but a hope that there's something good coming from that company at the end of the day. And that is how to go when you are investing in equity space. But before going to the technical aspect of the market this morning, let's quickly look at few numbers that are also released in the market recently that we have not discussed on the platform. We'll be discussing them gradually. Then before we enter into what we call a sectorial review and what we call comparison analysis to know the one that in that sector that we should go for, either in terms of low P ratio, in terms of high dividend yield, in terms of low price, in terms of what we're seeing improve profit margin. We have different reasons of looking at and for comparison of this company. We need to look at them. But for today, we're looking at MTN, we're looking at Vitafoam, we're looking at NGS Group Q2, and finally we'll look at the what we call internal oil Q2 again. These are the four we're going to look at quickly before we look at the number. Yeah, I will start with the MTN. MTN, yes, most of you have seen this number, but I believe that looking at it critically, whatever that the price of MTN as we speak now, for me, is still attractive for people to enter at this price. Yes, those that are opportune or lucky to enter, and when it pull back to 90 naira, I would say 190. I say kudos. That is a good one. That's why I said always keep your eyes in the market, and when you see market falling, always look at your technical to know that this is the support level. When the MTN was on that downtrend, well, there was kind of a sell off. I was telling them that this sell off won't last because I know then people were calling me. Should I say no, but take advantage of the price to want to buy because it's better to buy right and sell right. These are the good things you do when you are trading. But today the price have rebounded from even 190 to almost 215 in less than what? In less than 4 trading days. At Friday last week, and now you can tell you, this is how to take position. For this company, fundamentals of price is good, and also the service they are rendering, and also the setup where they're operating. I believe that shows that this company has kind of potential to rally up, and also as far as I see it, I will tell you that you need to also compare a leader in that industry and who is next. And when you look at the numbers critically in terms of earnings and all, you can see that what MTN is proposing to the market in terms of number is even better than that of Airtel. But Airtel is good because of the dual carried future that dual listing future that it has, and all the low sharing issue and all those stuff. But once Airtel cross 2,000 naira, I will tell you, you can't see MTN below 500 naira. That's why as an investor, you need to look at it. Might not be today, tomorrow, but if you are investing for the future, that's your every investment against tomorrow, not for today. That for that, you need to also look at this. But look at the number that as 6 months of this year. The first 6 months of this year, I've seen that MTN top line, which is a revenue, whatever you want to call it, moved from 791.26 billion to 950.09 billion, representing about 20% up. In that space, we also see that PAT, which is the earnings, proper earnings that we're looking at after we are taking charge of your work, care of your costs, all cost of transaction, everything. At the end of the day, you have paid your tax to the government, and which I know MTN is one of the corporates in Nigeria that they are consistent in their tax payment. So you have paid your tax. Then they have about they have 181 left for 2022.6 billion against the was 141 in 141.83 in 2021, representing about 28% up. In terms of top line and the bottom line, this is good for this company. Then you look at the EPS, which is kind of translate from what you have from the PAT. EPS moved from 6 naira 97 kobo to 8 naira 94 kobo. All this for me is a good one. And the profit margin for the period also was impressive for me, from 17.92 to 19.12%. And I said, those that are really close to us in Investdata that are followed that, because we have a kind of a template that shows that when company meets that kind of that template, I say to know the quality of earnings. Once it meet that quality and surpass it, that number or that company scorecard for me is an excellent number. And this one was seeing MTN beat all those ones. That means for me it's a good number. And if you go and check, you can see that is the standard all over the world. They know the world standard to know company, quality earnings. That is what we have discussed in that class, and how also the kind of criteria. There you can see that also this company also grew their payout from 4 naira 55 kobo they paid in 2021 to 5 naira 60 kobo. For me, it's a good one. That means at the end of the year, we are likely to see a total dividend of 15 naira for this company, and that would be nice. And also, what they are to see the future growth, expansion of their world, of their cash flow. These are likely to impact on it. For me, if you're not in MTN, kudos, good one. If you want to buy, you are free to go and take position. The next number that we look at is Vitafoam. And Vitafoam is third quarter. That means we're looking at to see first Vitafoam full year between now and end of December. And the number we're seeing for full year number for me for Vitafoam is also very, very impressive and encouraging for those that are already in the stock. Yes, the price has remained below 22 naira for this one, but I believe that going closer to the full year, because September is the end of the year, there might also a change in this stock. That means if you're in stock, this number is also guided, but also keep your eyes on your technicals to know the position of the price. That's why price action is very, very key when you're investing. Vitafoam, top line moved from 26.8 trillion, 83 billion to 35.66 billion, representing about 33% up. PAT in that regard also moved from 3.41 billion to 4.45 billion, representing 33.1% up. Good one for Vitafoam. And EPS moved from 2 naira 43 to 3 naira 36 kobo. You can see, and this is a company that paid you how much in their last year. They grew their dividend with almost 100% last year, and with their earnings we're seeing now, for this almost at third quarter, we're expecting to see final earnings of 5 naira, nothing less than 5 naira. If that happens, you are sure of 3 naira dividend from this company if they maintain their payout or dividend equalization policy from the company. For me, it's a good one. If a company is paying you 3 naira, the price should not stay below 30 naira. For me, it's a good one for Vitafoam for you to know where to look at. Looking at the number, also now you can look at the technical position to see whether it's the right time for you to buy or to sell. But the profit margin for the period moved from 12.7% to 12.3%. Yes, you can see that this is a flat movement, but it tells you that they've maintained, even when they grew their work, their their top line and bottom line in this environment where cost is on the rise. Still keeping it at the like for me, it's not a bad one. It's a good one for Vital Food. Then the next one that I've said the number is also very impressive. Is NGS Group, but the price is selling at the earning per share. We'll look at it at the end of the day to see NGS revenue move from 1.959 billion to 3.82 billion, representing about almost 140%. Top line was up. Then PAT moved from 400 and 449.66 million to 820.17 million, about 82% up. Good one. But EPS moved from 23 kobo to what to 43 kobo and to 41 kobo, and the thought I said around 21 to 2 naira. And that means at the end of the year, I'd like to see mass 1 naira or 85 or 90 kobo from the company. And out of that, depending what they pay, if you are making 1 naira end of the year and you are paying 50 kobo for thought I said around 22 naira. Even last year did not pay anything. That might not be, but for you as an investor, you are invested at this period that market is still in this environment, in this situation. Volatility is increasing. The political environment, we're seeing a high interest rate. Where can you hedge against inflation? This kind of stuff that will give you these earnings. I don't see it dividend yield getting to support anything. You also have to think right when you are looking at board. Also, their profit margin dropped from 28.3% to 21.4%. That for me is a good one. Look at the number, but my concern is what the earning per share as at half year compared to the full year we were looking at. That's why I forecasted that we'll likely hit 1 naira max. If you surpass it, but I don't see the dividend supporting the price we're seeing. For me, if you want to look at where you can hedge against the inflation, is very, very important, especially in this environment where rate and we are seeing a price of goods and services on the rising. Need to hedge against inflation. Finally, on the numbers, let's quickly look at what is what Eternal Oil posted for the last financial period that ended June 30th, 2022. I will tell you this number from Eternal is good, and also the news that we are seeing, we are hearing about the mandatory takeover, which is the MTO. But I will tell you that the number first. Let's look at the number. The number moved from or the gross the revenue or turnover moved from 37.99 billion to 57.22 billion, representing about 50% up. Good, fine. And also the PAT, which is the bottom line, also moved from 433.04 million to 1.25 billion, about 180% up. EPS was up from 33 kobo to 96 kobo. On behalf of this number we're seeing now, or on the strength of this number, let me do that. On the strength of this number we're seeing, we can forecast that from 96 kobo any per share for second quarter, we are sure of getting 2 naira from this company at the end of the day, and that will not the company will not pay anything less than if they are, let's say, 50%. If you are making 1 naira and you are paying you are making 2 naira, sorry, and you are paying 1 naira, that would be nice. That is almost how many percent is going to be. And now the price is selling below 10 naira. And not only that, the positive kind of a positive fundamental news for the industry. And now that you are seeing that according to government, that is the marketers are now fixing the price of petroleum, and this Eternal Oil has, since the real oil came to this company, you can see that their sales, the bottom line, their top line, everything has improved. And this merger just took the place in less than a year or 2 years, and we are seeing it transforming. This is a merger that you can say can have positive impact on the company, and that for me is for good investors that are designing or taking photos should take advantage of this low price of Eternal. And also for you to know that the price of Eternal is closely the value. Look at what the major stakeholder also buy to get about 60.8% or 62%, and also they are offering for the mandate takeover at 13 naira 50 kobo. Yes, it might be small. They are going to take like about 1,300,000 shares at 13 naira 50 kobo. Fine, but this just to also make sure that they take after the price they bought to enter as a major stakeholder. Also, others in the company also partake from it, and that's like what Flour Mill and Flour Mill is trying to do after acquiring about almost 76, about 75% of Honeywell. Now they're trying about also to take 1%. And I tell you, recently, if you look at the company that have done this minority takeover, I will tell you that Honeywell has accumulated a huge number, about 70, apart from the original one, which no, we say kudos to Dangote flour. That Dangote flour, because I think SEC also ask question. That kind of a discussion and that kind of no is what investor would like to do, because none of this coming to buy cocoa board. You can see that when Dangote was even negotiating to sell his own to Ola, he negotiated for both for the minority, and everybody was taking off at that price, and that was a good deal for the market. And this one that they are doing, I think SEC also should look at, but the same sense that approved that deal, what is coming now, like example now, the ones that are standing like the one of Union Bank. We want to see what's going to be. Yes, we know that the major deal was done at 7 naira, and what is the price of Union Bank today. These are the things investors to look at. But for me, for them to buy this one at this price, you can see what we expect. And not only that, we're seeing numbers supporting them. Look at what happened in Fort Oil then, when this new management came and bought Toyota Holdings. They bought about almost at 65. They took the management was only just 500 units. Remember then. But for this, for me, um, from eternal oil and the Honeywell is a good one. But I believe that there's potential in a Honeywell too if you're a long-term investor. Also potential in eternal if you're a long-term investor. But for me, I see that those that are taking advantage of the price of not only for the mandatory takeover, look at what the is no eternal oil will deliver, because I believe that the entrance of real oil will bring a lot of light, and they also help them as they expand their capacity, because most of the real oil company refrigeration now can see that you can see internal oil nearly everywhere when we are traveling northeast. Now tell you that they are becoming what visible in the economy or in the country. For that, it's also a plus for them. For me, it's a good one for internal. That means you that are thinking long, I think you should also build your tent with this kind of company now at this low price. At this for how we close for the fundamental. But we want to quickly look at the state of the market now. As we speak now, I will tell you that the market is also, like I said earlier, the back home our market is likely in what in green, which is good for the market. Market as we speak now is trading around the 50,647.19, representing about 21.32 basic points and up by 0.04% at this hour. For me, it's not a bad one. You can actually look at it on the chart here. But I'll tell you, as the market is slightly up, you can see that the market breadth is also positive and strong. As we speak now, yes, the number of stocks that are appreciating are not much, but this is just at the midday. We expect before the market closed by 2:30 to see more gainers, also more losers. As we speak now, we're having 10 gainers in the market against 2 losers. No, and these 10 gainers is being led by Honeywell Flour, followed by Entana. You can see the news of mandatory takeover, which many people also have to understand how it works. Then you can see Honeywell, Eternal Oil, Japan Gold, UPDC, ICO leading the pack, about 5 of them up, followed by you can see the life of Fixing, UBA and Transcorp also on the gainers table at this hour. But if you look at the flip side, which is the decliner, we can see that two stocks are on the radar as we speak now. University Press and Zenith Bank are the only stock in red now. But like Oli said, I won't conclude with not looking at the volume, because volume speak a lot concerning individual stock and the market. But the top trading volume as we speak now is Sterling Bank, followed by UBA, Zenith Bank, and MTN, and what and Fixing. I expect that if the volume of MTN is a positive volume, the price will go up again. That might likely support. But to speak now, local stocks are the ones that are relatively on the top gainers now. That's why we're not seeing much in the market. The market is slightly up. But I believe if now they're going to see exchange more than 100,000 shares in MTN and it's a buy position, that must support the market. I believe that these high cap stocks that have kept the market up to this level are likely to support the market this year end, especially if this company posts what positive number that will support price. But finally, before finally we look at the Honeywell and Tana, or this advantage, look at what is happening in UPDC, which we discussed yesterday. Look at the MTN charts. They can quickly look at the facing chart again. If time permits us, these are the 5 I want to look. Also, we can look at Zenith Bank. If time permits us to see what is happening in this company. But quick one before I know we'll go into well, let's look at what is happening in the market generally. Technically, let's go and call up our indicators. We're going to use our CC, like the channel, like I told you that it helps you to identify a change of trend, to identify a trend, either a downtrend and uptrend. We want to look at what is telling us now and what we can also deduce from that chart or the indicator that the market is doing now. We'll call up the money flow, very important, and also look at what our moving average exponential 8. Our T line for what? For buy signal and sell signal. We need to also look at that at this hour too. We need to confirm the this. Yes, this is the state of the market. As we speak now, you can see that the market is already flat on what? On the on the on the T line. We want to look at it so you can see. You can see that market is flat on the T line now. I mean, its market is moving where we want it to go. Once it cross the T line, it's a sign that yes, market is set to make another rally. But people are afraid that it is a good trap. I'll say it's not a good trap. But I believe that market wants to recover to cross above 52,000 index again or cyclical line, whatever you call it. Once it happens, that will also be good for the market. And it is liquidity that will support it. We know that as to speak now, as I said yesterday, liquidity is relatively low, but we have seen that the July private sector data that I said yesterday that moved from 50.9 in June to about 53.2 up in July shows that there's an expansion in activities driven by growth in output also and the stronger inflow of new orders in the market. Let's see how it's going to play out in such this is a new beginning. This is a new quarter. We have seen the first month now positive sense of private sector activities. Let's see how it's going to reflect what on the earnings again. I tell you, the third quarter number is very, very important. That's why, as I discussed, Vital Foam, I tell you, important of that Q2 current number. Once it comes, give you a lot of insight. Yes, you can see our market is about doing what we expect. I tell you, at this point down, I would say that market has given a sign of what and a move. You are able to profit from this market move. If you cross this T line, you should be in position then to rally with the market. And if you come down here and look at this what we call CCI, it's also what we use to catch your what oversold and overbought region. You can see where the market got to oversold region and market turned up. You can see that trend is all still there. You can see that it's saying that it's still up. And this is what we call identify either cyclical turn or identify the reversal or either in upward or downward. You can see all these ones are also what we call overbought. But here down here you can see them. And whenever I come to this level, what next you see it bounce back. You can see it here, you can see it here, you can see it here, you can see it here. Now we're also seeing here what happened here, reverse, but before it settled, it went up here, came down. Now we're seeing you need to also keep your eye on these indicators. They are very, very important. If you see money flow, I'll tell you money flow have crossed 30 mark now, reading about 37. For me, it's a good one. That 30, 32 now. Yeah, sorry, 30, 32. It's a good one for money flow. That you can know when it was almost below 20, reading at 17, 18 mark. You can see that liquidity is entering the market. So yesterday, closed at 27. This morning, you can see that it's already reading at 30. So then, once they cross 50, there's that fund is really in this market, and that is because of the low liquidity you are seeing. Despite the impressive number, we're not seeing a price of stock moving as expected. But I believe that once the big boys come to the market, and also gradually, as we expect, this blue chip stock to be gaining gradually, we expect the market to hit a 52,000 mark. Once that will confirm another uptrend again, because until we hit at the 54,000 mark, that will now say we're heading towards 55 again. But at market trend between there, this 50 and the 54, it's also good. Let's see what the market breakout the 54,000 mark. Also, market breakdown the 50,000 mark. That's where you can be saying yes, market have changed really no direction. But as speak now, market is still strong on the long run. But you need to use your technical analysis at this period very, very well. But let's quickly look at the 1 hour chart for the market now. That will give us a lot of insight of what is happening. On the 1 hour chart, money flow is still strong, reading around there 75, which is good. I can see that the market is far above the T line. I see that it has remained in green direction, but still trending up, little up. Good one for the market. And despite there was no kind of a turn here in the momentum, for let's watch and see. But until break down the T line on the 1 hour chart, but at this time there's no cause for concern, but rather let's take a shot in those companies are giving us a buy range to take advantage of the price that pulled back recently. Here's quick one. Want to go to, let me start with Honeywell. Let's see the strength. The strength behind this movement is very, very important that we'll see. Honeywell Nigeria, we need to look at, okay, Honeywell flower. On a 1 hour chart, you can see that the price action is above the T line. For me, it's a good one, but I also signal on whether it's overboard. Now we're seeing here that also signal down, but money flow is still looking up. But let's quickly go to a day chart. But I tell you, it's slightly strong above the T line. Let's look at what it on the day chart. On the day chart, fine, good one. Tell that there's still strength. You can see that it's above the T line. You can see where it is now. Oh, this one almost 10%. You can see it here. Now, after stay for over sold region for a long time, you can see it here. Now it has come up to that rally. You can see when it has been below the T line on the daily chart, but now it has crossed the T line. When I tell you that whenever I cross the T line, it's a good sign for you to buy. It's out with your technical analysis. Also, money flow should be almost 41. One is the entering the stock, and how long is it to go? We'll know with this trend. But for me, it's a positive trend for the stock. But for those that even enter at the 205, don't be greedy. At this stock is also getting to 40 for 270, 280. It's also time for it to take profit for it. Especially if you are a trader. But for those that are thinking long term, fine and hold. But I believe that I know they have said in their Q1 that because of the merger and all those stuff, but debt and all those, I believe that subsequently because of the sector where they're operating and also the coming of Vital Flower May might see a better number. But to speak now, this is just momentum investing we're seeing, and as a result of this news of monetary takeover, can see impact on the what on the price of the stock. This on the day chart. Well, let's quickly look at I've seen the 1 hour. Let's look at Etana. Etana is very very important. Let's look at Etana now before we go to the back end stocks. Sorry, Etana. And Etana now can see Etana has gone tried to resist the decline, but trading above the T line. Like good one for me. You can see it has crossed. It has been up below the T line for a while on the daily chart. You can see it here before it crossed this morning now. But you see, touch as high as almost 670. You can see it here 670. But let's see how far it's been around 658, 659 now this hour. But the good thing that all the indicators are positive concerning the stock. You can see where the CC, the commodity standard index is moving, and the money flow is also looking up above 50. For me, it's a good one for stock above 59 money flow. Fine. Let's look at 1 hour chart. What is saying on the stock? 1 hour chart is not too friendly. You can see it. I can see there's a sell pressure here in the 1 hour, but the money flow remain above 90. It's around 91, and you can see volume in supply here. Let's see how it's about. I believe with the numbers we are seeing and the prospect of the company, the price is likely to sustain uptrend. You need to keep your finger crossed in that regard. Then quickly look at UPDC before we check MTN and the fixing. Let's look at UPDC. What UPDC is doing now. UPDC. UPDC on a 1 hour chart, you can see this that have been remain above the T line. Good one. Money flow remain above 50, around 68, 70. It's a good one. You can see for me, it's a trend. Things across the T line here. You can see it on a 1 hour chart. But let's look at a day chart. What the day chart saying about the stock? Very, very important for us. Look at the chart on a day to see what is going on a daily chart. Sorry, day chart, yeah. On the day chart, you can see that now it has crossed the T line. You can see it here. I can see here we'll see some of oversold period region or some growth price before it turn up. You can see that it's looking up. You can see also the trend line has crossed the T line. Good one to buy. And also see money flow entering, but still low, reading around 34. But once it crossed the 50, look at where it came down from. That is a good one for me. I can see positive sentiment. Even the chart pattern for UPDC is positive, and we expect the market to look at the low price attraction. And now that the sector is going to benefit from this inflation because of what most traders or investors or most big men in the town want to hedge against inflation through property, and I believe that UPDC has a share of kind of benefit from that move. If can see in the number that despite that it was not too impressive, we have seen that the loss have dropped from almost 600 for 318 million to about just 72. We expect that in third quarter, let's see, but after their first quarter, so they're turning into green. That was also a point of attraction that this stock as well is going. If that is sustaining their Q2 3, they turn green again. at the end of the year, we believe that also the shareholding structure is tight. I always tell people that it's in a few hands as far as I'm concerned. That means look at this technical at all time and also watch what is happening in the stock. Then finally, let's look at what is happening in MTN and first thing quickly before we close the class for today. Let's look at what is happening in MTN. MTN on the day chart can see it's above the T line. You can see where it is now. To speak, around that 1409, or let's say flat here. We expect to see money flow is looking up on a day chart, and we're seeing a positive where you can see when it got to this level here, you can see it there was a reversal, and that has sustained the momentum here as we speak. It's a good one to look at. Money flow is also good. Let's look at a 1 hour chart for um, MTN. It's still flat, side trending all this while. You can see here, they're not looking up, but still below above the T line for me. But we're seeing a kind of slowdown here in terms of momentum, but money flow is still very strong above 87 or no. For me, it's okay. Let's quickly look at fixing, fixing on a 1 hour chart. For me, it's a good one. You can see this is a long candlestick. You can see it here. You can see volume here. Tell you, and money flow is almost at 95. This is a good one. I can see also that this move is just a maximum, but let's wait and see. But because of the performance of the company, we expect a good rally in terms of price. I can see it's above the T line. Volume is coming up. I can see that it's already out of the oversold region, moving up, and for me it's a good one. Money flow looking up at 42. This is a good one. If you look at this chart pattern formation here, it's almost like a saucer. You can see it here, but we're still waiting. Once you break out this place, uptrend is what we see, and it's almost around the 10 naira now. Once you break out this, we start getting about 12 naira, or 12.20. But let's see it break out here. Or the formation of the candle pattern on a day chart is a very positive one for this stock. Yes, finally, because of our time, we have overrun our time, but let me quickly look at Zenith Bank that we know the position of the bank as we speak now, that we know what to do with the position there. But for Zenith Bank, there's no panic there. Yes, still remain above the T line on a day chart here, and still the formation here, fun, but not slowing down small, but still positive move for the momentum indicator, which is the CCR. Let's look at 1 hour chart for Zenith Bank. 1 hour chart for Zenith Bank still maintain above the T line. You can see all this one trading above the T line. For me, it's a good one. But on 1 hour chart, we're seeing fund coming down. That is why you can see the kind of slight decline to be among the top losers for today. But there's no cause for alarm for Zenith Bank. We look forward to see their Q2 dividend into dividend payment. But don't forget that this bank policy that has consistent of growing their earnings, even slightly on a quarterly and a yearly basis, and that is likely to repeat itself for half year 2022. On this note, I will say thank you for your time. I still always encourage you, if you have not gotten those Investdata or technical tool box that will allow you to help you to understand how to use indicators to read the chart, also to also understudy the candlestick movement and the sentiment and the cycle behind the market. Get those materials. The video that you can watch can also play at any time. And also, I always encourage you share the link when it comes to what this class or any other one we are discussing, Q&A. Share so that we have more people to participate and they get more information. But this market is too wide. Whether you're a billionaire, you're a trillionaire, you're a Tanzania, the market will accumulate. Rather, you have the right information and also invest wisely with knowledge. And that's why we are called out to do the better, giving you the right education on how to invest wisely and also take actionable decision at the end of the day, to impact your bottom line positively. And that we have got out to do, and we can see that many of the people following us are seeing changes in their portfolio and they too have to testify about it. That means share this link whenever it got to you, share to your friends to join us in this class. And if you have questions to ask, go to our social media, feel free to ask your question. If you want to join us for Q&A on Saturdays, feel free and also join us. The analyst hangout always comes on Friday. Also, as I said, I need to always subscribe to the YouTube so that whenever and other videos that will guide you get them as it was posted, and that will also help you to stay ahead of the market. I will say thank you and enjoy the rest of your trading days. See you tomorrow by God's grace. Thank you.